Townsend. He's on Anton Davis, the offensive right tackle. Townsend with great speed. He gets that great first step, and he is up the field in a hurry and right in McMahon's face before he can even set up to look downfield. You see, McMahon just barely got his feet set there. Townsend right there again. Great field position. Nothing out of the Eagle offense.
So Eric Allen's interception does not produce points, and Fiegels hits this one perhaps too good. And the Raiders will take it at the 20-yard line with it a timeout. 9:39 left in the third quarter. Greg Townsend, last couple years, says he shaves his head 2 times a week. It takes some working to keep that dome sweaty and polished. He's got 2 sacks today, and that last sack was key. It took the Eagles out of a possible 50-yard field goal and forced the punt, and on the touchback, Los Angeles will put it in play at the 20-yard line, trailing 17-3. Raider possessions, 8, and 4 of them have ended with interceptions.
Goodness. And they're still in the game if they get something going on this drive.
Against a very talented defense. Dickerson. A lot of work for 3 yards. Reggie White chased him down.
But that is a great advantage if you can get Eric Dickerson running sideways towards the sideline. We'll take 4 or 5 yards.
Check the other scores here on the midpoint of this NFL season. On 2nd and 6. Dropped by Ethan Horton. Tough catch, but it was there.
Well, again, pressure constantly by this Eagle defense on Jay Schrader. Watch when he sets up bottom of the screen. 59-cent joiner, again, Eric Dickerson. Huge mismatch. And it just flushes Schrader a little bit, makes him throw it a little quick. Pressure comes from everywhere on this Eagle defense.
And there's a testimony to the Eagles' pressure tactics. Schrader 2 for 6 passing. This is a 3rd and 6 play, and he goes deep downfield. No one there. Overshoots Tim Brown.
Well, they are insistent on that pattern. The matchup they're looking for, again, Tim Brown on John Booty. And there's help by Rich Miano, 38. There was decent pressure that time by the Eagles. Not a whole bunch, but another outstanding series by the Philadelphia defense. Boy, this is repetitive.
And remember, this is a defense without a starting cornerback of a year ago, Ben Smith, without Andre Waters, one of the renowned hitters in the NFL at safety, out with a broken leg. And a defense that's playing with one of their better men, Seth Joyner, with a knee brace. And they lose Jerome Brown at defensive tackle. Buddy Ryan really put together some defensive thoroughbreds. Sikahema, who saw his head snap back as he was belted, but gets to the 47. A 40-yard punt, 18 yards for Sikahema. As you look at Reggie White and company, the defense has been the Philadelphia story today. Another chance for Rich Kotite's Eagles, who start in Raider territory. 9 possessions in the game. Philadelphia has started 6 of those on the Raider half of the field.
And yet they only have 17 points. Absolutely remarkable.
Well, you got to give credit to the Raider defense, too. It's not just all the offense not working.
I agree with you, but Richie Kotite and his offense, they've established nothing today offensively. 0.
So maybe it's more than the quarterback problem. McMahon. Wide open is Calvin Williams. An acrobatic catch and a punishing tackle at the 31-yard line from Terry McDaniel.
That was great concentration on the football. Slight play action holds Ricky Ellison, number 50. McMahon with a nice touch here. He knows he's going to get hit. First thing it hits is the back of his helmet. He jumps right up. It's the slot man running the corner underneath the zone coverage. Now that play has worked. Can you think of another play that has consistently worked for Philadelphia today?
No, your point's well taken. 4 catches, 49 yards for Williams. Inside, Sherman. That one catches the Raiders, and it's a touchdown. Ask me the question again.
All right.
I think I found one that worked for the Eagles.
Interesting call. They fake the pitch to the tailback, give it to the fullback. Nebraska runs that play.
30 yards for the score. Heath Sherman's first touchdown romp of the season. And he hooks it through. It's 24-3. Why did it work?
Well, Eagles obviously give the ball to 34. Watch the arms go out like he's handing it to 34. The defense overruns the play. 50, Ricky Ellison overruns the play. The cutback, the missed tackle by Eddie Anderson, and Heath Sherman goes 46 yards for the score.
Eagles have lost 3 of their last 4. They have not been defeated here at Veterans Stadium. So they're going for 5-0, and that's very important to Rich Kotite. He talked to us about that. In fact, if the Eagles could go through a season at home unbeaten, it'd be the first time since 1948 when they won the NFL championship.
1948? Well, you had a lot of time here today to be doing some work.
Steve Van Buren, Tommy Thompson, Pete Pihos, Greasy Neal. Alexander Wright, a speed burner. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. William Frizzell reacquired by the Eagles, pushed him out.
Dick, from behind the offense, it's the tailback pitch, but watch what happens. Excellent blocking here. They get a double and rub on Ellison, and when the running back cuts back here, I mean, he's totally behind the defense. Watch 50. Ricky Ellison overruns Heath Sherman, missed tackle by Eddie Anderson. You saw Gunther Cunningham on the sideline talking to Ellison, talking to Eddie Anderson. Boy, that's a beautiful play.
Now the Eagles had opened it up with a 24-3 lead, and Schrader under pressure throws through a crowd. Seth Joyner had a hand on it.
Ooh, Tim Brown did not look in the mood for that one.
Second half of our doubleheader. Stay with us. The Steelers and the Bills with 6-2 marks square off at Rich Stadium. San Diego back in the fight, 4-4 against the Chiefs. Surprisingly, disappointingly for their fans, 4-4, and the Jets trying to feed off the win against Miami as they traveled a mile high against Denver. Denver, the leaders in the West. Schrader now 2 for 8 for only 30 yards, and he has this. He starts the scramble and then throws low and outside to Willie Gault.
Well, defenses can do a lot of things to you physically, and they show on the field. But what this defense does to you psychologically, I'm talking about the Eagles defense, just takes you out of the mood. I mean, the Raiders have had bad field position. They've given up the 4 turnovers. And Bud Carson on the sideline, I mean, this is a perfect game for the defense. He's finally getting some support from the offense. You mentioned earlier in the game that Carson thought these were the best coverage linebackers he'd ever coached until you brought up Jack Ham's name.
Well, he said as a group thing. And so Ham, Lambert, Cole, or Russell were very good, but these 3 are the best I've ever coached. Underneath the right, breaks a tackle and has a first down out at the 49-yard line. Alexander Wright's first catch as a Raider. Make that his first today. He's got 2.
I believe he's the player. He's the player, if I'm not mistaken, when we talked to Al Davis earlier this season. What do I need another wide receiver for? And 2 weeks later from the Dallas Cowboys, a former second-round draft choice. Oh, Alexander Wright shows up in a Raider uniform.
Finally being used today as that 3rd wide receiver. Has his first 2 catches in Los Angeles. So from the 49. Dickerson takes 1 step and then is devoured.